Hey guys, like up, grade bell, and subscribe. So let's talk about kids who are forced to transition before they're 18 by their parents. So what are your thoughts on this? Oh, okay. I don't want to shake the camera, okay? Because you're on like a stool, and I want to put my foot on the stool, but it's like it's going to shake the camera, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so yeah, this is a serious topic. So if you didn't know, I identify as transgender. I don't want to transition. It's just my choice. I like my body. And I'm fine with it, but that's a different video. But just letting you know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this subject, okay? So, I wanted to transition a couple times, but never went through with it. Once at 16 and once at 19. I went as far as going to a psychiatrist, even getting everything signed off, so I could have transitioned if I wanted to. Yeah, I did the blood work, everything. I was going to start the hormones, and I backed out. So, and that was at 16 and 19 years old. Now I'm 31, almost 32. So imagine somebody who's under 18 who maybe feels like me, feels like a woman inside, well, is a woman inside, mind, body, soul, everything. Well, not body, but mind, soul, heart, but the body is, yeah. Or, a girl who feels like a man inside, is a man inside. Mind, heart, body, yeah, you get the point, okay. And then thinks, oh, I need to transition, and I gotta do it quickly before I grow up, right? Because if you do it earlier, you look more like that, you know how it is. If you're a guy physically, but you're a girl inside, if you do it earlier, you look more feminine. Just how usually. Some people don't, but anyway. And same with, well, anyway. So, when that happens, because you're not fully there, developed, your mind doesn't fully develop until 25 years old. It's still growing. Your mind's still growing. And body too. But your mind now. Aren't you going to regret it? Some people don't. Like Jazz Jennings, she doesn't regret it. Great. But what if you do regret it? And what if your parents make that decision for you? And there are some parents who are making that decision for their child at a very young age, like at 3, 5, starting hormones at, before even first grade. And if that's what you want to do, that's one thing. If that's what the child wants to do, and if they regret it, that's up to them. But that's what I've always struggled with. Should they be allowed to do it before 18? I think in some cases, doing it at 16 is one thing, but starting to transition at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, I don't know. Everyone can make the choice for themselves, but for me, if I had transitioned at 7, oh my God, I would probably regret it. Now, I wouldn't hate it. If I woke up tomorrow in a woman's body, I wouldn't hate it. I'd be like, okay, cool. But it isn't something that I have to do. It isn't like I wake up every day, like, having massive dysphoria, Now, do I have dysphoria sometimes? Yeah, a little bit. It depends, honestly. But I don't have such huge dysphoria that, like, I need to definitely transition. And that's one of the reasons why I never did transition, And I'll be honest, my dysphoria has gotten less and less and less as I've gotten older, and that's just my story, but everyone's story is different, obviously. If you don't know what gender dysphoria is, it's like when you basically, like, you feel gross in your body and you need to change it to the body that matches your mind, Yeah, so for example, like, I was like, oh, my body, oh my God, like, oh, I have to. For what me helps is if I feel more feminine on those days, I just wear makeup or women's clothing, instead of like men's clothing. Well, actually, I mostly now just do like unisex, like men's and women's clothing combined. But if I feel stronger dysphoria one day, I'll just, throw on a skirt or a dress or, some makeup, and it's all good to go. But everyone has different things, and everyone's story is different. So, but anyway, just telling from my experience, my story. But yeah, so what do you guys think about this? What do you think about young kids who are transitioning at a really, really early age? Do you think they're going to regret it? Some will, some don't. And lots of people have detransitioned when they're in their later teens and 20s, once they transition early. There are people who transition in their 30s and 40s, and they still detransition 10 years later when they become middle-aged because they regret it. So that's one thing that's kind of like you're rolling the dice. You're taking that chance, So What do you think? What do you think about this, and what are your thoughts in the comments below? Leave me your opinions. Please be respectful in the comments below. Thumbs up the video, and definitely click the gray bell and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video next time. See you for some fabulous. Mwah. Mwah. Subscribe. Bye, guys.